Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering MSI 2024. For this occasion, I'm here accompanied by Yeon of Team Liquid, who are one of the teams that will be taking part in the bracket stage. And so, Yeon, pleasure to have you here talking to me for another interview. And first off, welcome to China. MSI first ever experience in this stage for you. Going off from there, how are you feeling? How are you taking in the vibes? How are you taking in the atmosphere?
Um, the vibes are up and down, but for the most part, it ends very well, I would say. I think our atmosphere is very good. Definitely better than definitely better than last international for sure. I think we're doing well for the most part.
I mean, every single team has their own way of practicing and preparing, right before their number is called up to play in an official. What have you been guys doing to just kind of get yourselves ready and just kind of prepare yourself against the rest of the other major international competition?
Um, I think the main thing is we've been trying to focus on what we've been doing early in scrims. And for the most part, I think we have our own identity of how we want to play, so there's that. I think it just depends on what we want to accomplish here, like what we want to try doing and what we want to experiment during stage, especially in a BO5.
Hmm. If you want to share, or if you want to elaborate, what are some of the things that you've kind of been focusing on so far? Be it the team or for yourself individually.
Um, well, individually, I've been trying to make sure I keep track of the rhythm of the game individually. So there's that. So I keep focusing and knowing what's going to happen, and so I can take control of the game. As a team, we just want to make sure we are playing as a unit and doing the same thing instead of one person disconnected and doing their own thing. So we've been focusing on that very much.
Yeah, and looking at North America's so far participation in this MSI, unfortunately, we had to see FlyQuest go in the playing stage. Losing to PSG Talent yesterday. Just sort of, if you can, just walk me through your thoughts of just FlyQuest elimination. How that happened from your point of view.
Well, I definitely would say their first series was very shaky. The first set against PSG, and then they won, and then they got a little bit smacked against T1. So I don't think that was very good for their like mentality, and I don't think they probably had great environment going to the scrims or anything. They probably kind of mentally exploded, similar to what we did in like Worlds. Like we played T1, lost, played another like hard to say minor region, but like you know what I mean, like wild card. They are PSG are still decent, but losing to a wild card was similar to us in a sense.
Then I guess there's a correlation between T1 and then losing teams and not doing well after that encounter, right?
Yeah, and they lost in a different way from us, so it'd be more understandable for them.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And yeah, now going a little bit down into just your participation, this team's participation in the bracket stage. Starting off from the jump, BO5 against Top Esports. It's vastly different to like FlyQuest's run. Starting off in the playing stage. I mean, how different is it? For this team to start off in brackets compared to like having a few reps in via play-in stage. How much of a difference has that been for you?
Well, definitely starting in the playing stage would be a little bit helpful for like the first game nerves for most people, I would say, especially because it's a bigger stadium and Top Esports got to do that. So maybe they got like their nerves out of the way. Definitely, there will probably be some nerves from some people in the first games. So that would be like a slight disadvantage. But other than that, I guess we can keep what we've been practicing like a secret, I would say, or like, well, like the way we play our games from here is like the
Hmm.
one advantage.
Hmm. And another thing to compare, for yourself and also your team in Team Liquid is the fact that you come in with a domestic title under your belt and just having to to finally get that underway, finally check that off of your career bucket list. And yeah, um, looking back at your experience in spring, how were you guys able to just get that make that happen, finally win a domestic title, and then maintain your form from then to now? How are you guys able to just be in this position uh, as a collective?
I would say definitely from like the regular season, we were experimenting and trying a lot of things, and we probably did not play that well as a team, and our identity was like a little bit more open. But once we got into playoffs, we had like a firm grip of our identity and like the way we wanted to play. We definitely did play like very well as a unit as well. We were not like that disconnected from each other throughout most of the series. That's a plus one that we were trying to do here as well.
Hmm. And again, now going over to your upcoming opponent, Top Esports, and when one looks at Top Esports, of course, we'll be looking at JackeyLove, your direct adversary in the bottom lane. Just what are your thoughts on just facing off against him? First and foremost,
Um, for the most part, unlike other people, I didn't really watch a lot of League of Legends back in the day, and I think he's like a very old old star. Like he was very popular back in the day, so I didn't really know much about him. To me, he's just like Jackie Love, a good player. It was just like that.
thoughts on now towards Top Esports and as a collective, not just focusing on your position, and just what do you think are the biggest challenges that they present to you guys? And also, if you also want to share, the rest of the other Eastern teams, because of course, they're going to be the biggest obstacles for any squad looking to make a deep run in this event.
For TS, I think they are very good and they're very aggressive. I think as much as they're aggressive, they also make a lot of mistakes. So it's like a double-edged sword. So we'll be trying to look to punish them, especially in like the bot lane. We're gonna be trying to do our best and see how that goes.
Hmm. And now going over again to bracket stage, more so now towards expectations. I mean, what are your expectations for this team and also for your individual performance in this event? Now that we got a few days left before, or maybe one more day left before we finally kick off the matches in MSI.
Yeah. For me individually, I at least want to play well and to my standards. And as a team, I would say the most important thing is we play together and try to get the most out of these international games, especially making sure we read the way we play and making sure we have the same ideas and the same way we want to play. So we're not like disconnected or fighting with each other. So I think that's the main thing for us.
Just avoid the World's 2023 fiasco, right, altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I want to also get your thoughts on just the lane swapping thing. Of course, it's been something that's been very prevalent so far as it pertains to MSI, and just we're seeing every a team, almost every team, adopt that strategy for this event, FlyQuest included. Um, yeah, your thoughts on that for that, and what do you think are the biggest challenges it presents, or maybe advantages also, for your squad?
Um, Regardless of our squad, I think lane swaps just make the game a little bit messier and a little bit different. So there's that factor, I would say. And for us, I think we have veterans, so they were in the lane swap meta, so they know about it. So we have an advantage of that. But for the most part, I think lane swap or not, I think we should be fine. You just have to play the game well from lane swap on, even if it does happen.
Do you guys feel ready, like to take on lane swap if the situation does arise that necessitates that? Do you
Hmm.
guys feel ready? Because of course, there comes a certain situations where teams might not be fully well versed in adopting that strategy, very quickly. So for you guys, do you feel like you're all set?
Yeah, I would say just whoever has the most information. like whoever has dealt with the most lane swaps and have like experienced more these days, because it definitely is different from back then as well.
All right, for sure. And yeah, that about wraps up all of my questions, Matt. Yeah, pleasure to talk to you once again for this MSI. Really do appreciate it. And that's it. I got nothing else to add other than to say best of luck in bracket stage.
Thank you for the interview again.